Hey guys, this is Ty and welcome back to the channel. I appreciate your time today. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is simply some of my goals for my YouTube channel. Some of the things that I want to accomplish, some of the things that I'm setting out to do that I haven't accomplished yet. And then maybe offer some tips and tricks that if you're just starting out for a motovlog channel, or if you just want to create your own YouTube channel, some of the things that I've learned along the way, especially if you're starting out, that might be helpful to you. So let's go ahead and talk about that. All right, first and foremost, you can't really start your YouTube channel unless you pick a date to start. So one of the things that I would do is just pick a date that you're going to create your first YouTube video. That's one of the things that this is the problem that I have with some things is planning and say, well, once I have this particular hardware, once I have this particular technology, then I will be able to start my YouTube channel. Just go ahead and pick a date. You're not going to be perfect, you're not going to be polished, but go ahead and pick a start date. Put something on the calendar that you can go ahead and hold yourself accountable to go ahead and release that first video just to get you started. Something else that's been very helpful to me over the past year or year and a half is pick, I don't know, 5 or 6 content creators that you enjoy to watch and really that you want to emulate with your videos in your channel. These need to be channels that you can draw inspiration from. I do this today. I have certain channels that I go to draw inspiration from and to kind of push me on to hopefully bigger and better things. Some of those would be Blacktop Devil, there's Full Throttle Hog, Brandon Picasso, and then not only with the motorcycle related content, but on the technology side, I like to watch a lot of computer and technology videos as well. There's iJustine, there's Random Frank P, there's just a wealth of other channels out there. And again, you want to pick these channels that inspire you. And I do this now. You know, sometimes if you have writer's block, what might be a great thing to inspire you and to spark different ideas is to go to these channels that you really like, that you really enjoy, go to their upload page, see what they're doing, and draw inspiration from those people. I think it's a great practice to have, and sometimes it really keeps you from getting that YouTube burnout. And something else I would recommend to do is to figure out what type of content do you want to put on your channel. Do you want to do motorcycle videos? Do you want to do gaming? Do you want to do technology? Do you want to do tutorials? Do you want to do all those things combined into one channel? It's your channel. You should have the freedom to do whatever you want, but I would say try to figure that out as you start, maybe even before you start. Now, I think in time, this is the way that I'm seeing my channel go, that might change. You might have to adapt based off of the content that you want to create. But the great thing about that is figuring out what type of content that you want to create is that when your audience comes to your YouTube channel, they're going to know exactly what they're in for. So I would recommend that as well. All right, now let's discuss some of my YouTube goals and some of my recommendations as you set your own goals for your YouTube channel. But instead of doing that sitting here at my desk, let's jump on the motorcycle and have a conversation. So we are doing a little bit of riding this afternoon as we continue to talk about what it means to be a YouTuber and goals that we set for ourselves and that type of thing. Now, I have my own personal YouTube goals that I like to meet, or that I'm hoping to meet, and have my own expectations. And so if I were to encourage you to set some goals from YouTube, yours might be different than mine, but one of the things that I would do, I would encourage you to not set a goal that is dependent upon other people. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean something like this. I'd like to get, 5,000 subs by, the end of next year. I'd like to get, 10,000 followers on Twitter. I would like to get so many minutes or so many hours of watch time and bring in so much revenue. I'm not saying those goals are bad. I'm just saying that those goals are not dependent upon what you do. A lot of those goals are dependent upon what other people do. So in other words, I would encourage you to set goals so that if no one clicked on your videos, if no one hit the like or subscribe button, you can still meet your goals that you set for yourself. Now, what do I mean when I say something like that? Well, I mean, I think some examples would be like for myself. One of the things that I'm thinking about is one of my goals is to do one video a week. You know, I mean, right now my life is just a little too busy for any more than that. One video a week, those are my goals. Now I can meet that goal no matter what, right? One video a week, and if nobody clicks on it, that's just fine. And if everybody loves it, well, that's wonderful too. That's great. You know, some of the other things that I think about for my goals would be one of the things that I want to do is I want to raise the production level of the videos that I produce. And again, that is completely and totally dependent upon me, right? And some of the other things that I want to do is, you know, post on social media at least so many times a week to, you know, kind of get some visibility of the videos that I'm starting to put out there and that type of thing. So I think all of those things in combination are good, but I would set those goals, you know, so that whatever you do, you can hold yourself accountable, and it doesn't matter what anybody else does or has to say. And probably my number one piece of advice that I could give you is that as a YouTuber, if you are expecting, you know, that you're going to be able to, you know, get 1 million subs as you're starting out, and you're going to be raking in the money, and you're going to get sponsors, and you're going to be living it up and be in the spotlight, the best piece of advice I have for you, if you want to accomplish that goal, is this: just quit. Just go ahead and quit. There is no need to go any further. You're setting yourself up for heartache and failure. I hope that you're able to get millions of followers, but odds are that you are not. So if that is your expectation, I would say right now, just quit and hang it up. But do keep this in mind. Every video that you produce is like a lottery ticket, right? You just never know when that lottery is going to hit. And you never know if your YouTube video is going to hit. You never know if that YouTube algorithm, however it thinks and however decisions are made with it, you never know if YouTube is going to highlight your video and the world is going to see it. So treat every video that you produce in such a way that it could represent your channel big time. So that would be another piece of advice. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I sure do appreciate your time today. In the comments below, maybe let me know what are some of your YouTube goals and some of the things that you're trying to accomplish. I'd love to be able to hear that and get some feedback. Maybe we could bounce some ideas off of each other. So I appreciate your time today, guys, very much. I hope you have an excellent day, and we'll talk to you again soon.